Hello all and welcome. And I am the realist philosopher, and this is the realist den, where it's 100% raw, 100% real, 100% of the time, baby. Hooah! How y'all doing today? I hope you're all doing good, fine, and well. I'm doing all right. So I came across this story. So, woman left mortified after she's told to cover up or be removed by flight staff. Yes. You have to love the privileged, entitled state of women these days that you can't tell them what to do anywhere at any time, even if they're in somebody else's private space. She's probably a socialist, doesn't believe anything should be privately owned. She probably believes that's her plane. It's everybody's plane, so I can do what I want. Yeah. So it turns out that the plane has rules for attire, and she was breaking those rules. But of course, they don't apply to her, because she doesn't believe in private property, I bet. Probably a communist, certainly a feminist. You'll see that later. All right. So the staff threatened to remove Emily O'Connor if she did not cover up. All right. So first of all, the pick on the left, not bad. 7, even maybe 7.5, pushing 8. But the one on the right, where she looks all dour, yeah, that's not such a good pick. Looks like she's not wearing makeup there. She ain't all dolled up, so maybe a 5, 6 at best. And she's kind of hippie, too. Those pants certainly don't compliment her. So, yeah, not that good looking abroad. So I don't really get where the entitlement comes from, but what am I saying? All women these days, both fat and thin, are entitled. All right, so a woman, yeah, it's debatable, child, forced to cover up her inappropriate outfit. Yeah, notice how the inappropriate is in quotation marks, as if to question the judgment of the staff. Yes, I'm questioning their judgment as to what they deem inappropriate, because I don't think it's inappropriate. Of course not. Let's take a look at the author. Francesca Spector. And look at that picture. Yeah, you know she's a feminist, right? I don't think it was inappropriate, or I'm going to call into question whether or not it was appropriate or not. Of course you will. Of course you will. You're always going to side with your fellow Wayman, right? Emily O'Connor, 21, from Solihull, 21. Yeah, she's a kid. She's just a kid. Claimed Thomas Cook staff threatened to remove her from a flight she boarded from Birmingham. Emily O'Connor, 21, from Solihull. What's Solihull? I don't know where that is. Claimed Thomas Cook staff threatened to remove her from a flight she boarded from Birmingham to Tenerife. I don't know where that is. Taking to Twitter in a now viral post. Of course she did. Of course she did, because that's what all affronted Waymen today do when they get offended when they don't get their way. O'Connor said she was told to cover up by airline staff as she got on board the airplane. She was later told she would be removed from the plane unless she put a jacket on, according to her account. Yeah, because it's their friggin' plane and they can do what they want, okay? I just love this. So, you come into my house and you're wearing a bathing suit to a formal event, and I tell you, hey, look, that's not appropriate. You change your clothes, or you get the hell out. The hell's wrong with that? You gonna complain? I don't like the dress code at that man's house. What the fuck you talking about? It's not your house, it's his house. Yeah, right, of course. Probably doesn't believe in private property. I bet she's gonna grow up to be a real winner, yeah. I can type 75 words a minute and do dictation. Yeah, she's a genius. So here we go. Now, it's a bra. What is that? First of all, she ain't got no breasts, right? She ain't got no tits. Where are the tits? I really don't get this. Why would a chick that's got nothing, she's got nothing, not even a handful, why would you wear that? I guess she's got so little, she feels a need to show off everything she's got because there's so little of it. I guess maybe if she had actual breasts that were of a normal, grown adult woman proportions, she wouldn't feel this need to show off so much. I don't know. All right, so here's her bitching and moaning on Twitter. Flying from Baham to Tenerife. I don't know. I think these places. Baham? What the fuck is that? She probably means Bahamas. I don't know. Tenerife. Thomas Cook told me that they were going to remove me from the flight if I didn't cover up, as I was causing offense, and it was inappropriate. Yeah. Cause an offense. Right. She doesn't really care, though. Right. Now, of course, she cares when it's her feelings, of course. When it's her sacred cows that are being attacked, when it's her politically correct views that get assaulted, then, ooh, you can't offend me. But the things I do, or the way I express myself, or the way I dress, offending others, I don't care. I don't care. Fuck them and them taking offense. It only matters if I take offense because the things I get offended at are really, really, really objectionable things. I'm right to get offended, but they're not right to get offended. They have no right to get offended. Only I have a right to get offended because I'm a special snowflake. More. Oh, wow. She's on a Twitter rampage. To top it off, they allowed a man to hurl abuse at me whilst the flight manager and 4 air staff stood and said nothing. I don't know what that means. I mean, hurl abuse. Why don't you tell us what he said? Now, of course she doesn't. You know why? Because he didn't say anything objectionable. She's just a big baby. He hurled abuse. What did he say? Put on the top! You're shameful! Ooh, so spicy. There's more. Just a bit more context for those asking. Wore this through the airport. Security, passport control, boarded the plane. So what if you wore it through the airport? That's the public, space, unpaid area kind of deal. It's once you get on the plane that the rules matter, right? Because that's a paid, shared space, right? Very tight. Nobody can get away from you. It's not like I don't like your top. I can go 200 feet away and sit in another chair. No. We're forced to be together. I can't get away from you and you're offensive. I mean, it doesn't bother me too much, but honestly, I think it is a little too much. I do think you're showing too much. I do think it is inappropriate for a plane ride. Anyway, she goes on. Oh my God, there's more. Ask the plane. Well, you didn't ask the plane anything. The plane is an inanimate object, right? But as they were listening now anyway, if I was offending anyone, I see. Whoa! Oh God! Are you kidding me? She made a scene. Oh, lovely, lovely. That's why they asked you to leave, honey. You're making a scene. It's their fucking plane. You paid for a seat, but good God almighty, they have the right to refuse service. It's a private business. You wouldn't know it, of course, with the government giving them bailouts and shit, but hey, the hell is the entitlement here? She actually got up and talked to the entire plane. Oh, Jesus Christ. I see future activist. I see future Ocasio-Cortez staffer here. If I was offending anyone and no one said a word, they're like, what the fuck is wrong with this broad? She's out of her mind. The manager then went to get my bag to remove me from the flight. A man then shouted, shut up, you pathetic woman. Put a fucking jacket on. Oh, there's the abuse. I agree with him. You're pathetic. I don't know if I agree with the woman part. I think you're a child. Put a fucking jacket on. Yeah, because the staff told you to put a jacket on. Why are you refusing? This is the problem with these young kids. You know she's a student or just graduated or something, right? She's a fucking student. They're all being taught to be activists. I'm going to be just like Martin Luther King. I'm going to march to Selma. Get the fuck out of here. You're not an activist for anything, okay? You're the most privileged creature on earth. That's why the guy's so pissed off, okay? Of course he's shouting that you're pathetic. You are. Oh, God, there's more tweets. This is great. This is great. More moaning and groaning. I was given a jacket by my cousin sitting at the front of the plane. Why didn't you put the jacket on before you got on the plane? Didn't you realize that it was inappropriate? She probably wanted some kind of confrontation. And they did not leave until I physically put it on. Yeah, it's against the rules. You know what rules are, don't you? Probably a member of Antifa. Believes in total anarchy. No rules! Survival of the fittest. You'd be the first to die, honey. They made comments over the speaker about the situation and left me shaking and upset on my own. Made comments. Oh, she's trying to, they shamed me. Of course, she doesn't say what they said. She wants to leave that to your imagination to try and make it seem worse. Oh, they made comments over the speaker about me. She wants to complain, but if she told you what they actually said, you would see that she's just a big whiny baby because they didn't say anything of real consequence. All right, so she goes on to say, it was so mortifying, she told Yahoo UK. Yeah, she's a UK. Yeah, she's a British broad. Big surprise. One of the top 5 feminist countries in the world. No shocker there. I was so upset they could clearly see, yet they continued to note how inappropriate and offensive I was. I was really close to crying. You know what I would say to that? Toughen up, sweetheart. It's a difficult world. It's a nasty, cruel world. If you can't handle somebody in their own private space that belongs to them, I know you wish it didn't. I know that you wish you had enough wealth that you could afford a $150 million plane, but you can't. It's their plane, and when they tell you to sit down and shut up, you sit down and shut up, and you get off the fucking plane, okay? I love it. Going to come into somebody else's house and tell them what you're going to do in their fucking house. I don't think so. Doesn't matter whether or not you agree with the rules. Guess what? You agreed to them when you bought the fucking ticket. I love it. She don't get that, of course. Oh, the rules don't apply to me. I'm too attractive, even though I'm a 5.5 at best without my makeup. Yeah, more tweets. Whining and moaning and groaning some more. Good God. And, of course, she's got the usual blue-haired feminists like this one named Chantil coming out of the woodwork to sympathize with her. All right, so Thomas Cook replied and told Yahoo UK they're sorry for how the situation was handled. Pfft, shouldn't have apologized. Whee! Situation handled. They're sorry for how the situation was handled. How was it handled? If you apologize, that means you're saying you did something wrong. Why are they apologizing to this girl? They're sorry for how the situation was handled. She's the one that ought to be sorry. Held up the flight, inconvenienced everybody else, just because I'm going to do what I want, be a strong, independent Wayman. Probably did the finger snap, too. So they went on to say this applies equally to men and women of all ages without discrimination. Our crews have the difficult task of implementing that policy and don't always get it right. So you're saying you didn't get it right. What are you talking about? You got it right just well. They're not technically saying that they didn't get it right in that specific instance, but that's kind of what's being implied. Bringing up the fact we don't always get it right while at the same time saying they're sorry for that situation was handled means that they're saying that they didn't get it right and they did something wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, this big baby here in her bra. And here she is on one of those horrible UK morning shows with an old dude and almost this old broad who used to be young at one time, meaning when they hired her. But now, she's old, but they can't fire her because then she'd sue them for wrongful termination.
As a young woman or a man, any gender, any sex, you should be able to show your body.
Well, what does she mean, any gender, any sex? Gender and sex are the same thing. Okay, I'm not even going to go there, but I think we can already see that she's an intersectional feminist. So she's the most radical variety. And of course, she's wearing the exact same outfit on the show, right? Look at her hips. They're huge. She's not that attractive abroad. I mean, she's got about an inch of pancake makeup on her face, right? I mean, she's not a good-looking broad. You ought to see some pictures I've seen. You can add 2, 3, or more points on the sexual marketplace value scale with some well-placed makeup.
In whatever way you deem appropriate.
Wait. You should be able to show your body in whatever way you deem appropriate. And of course, you've got the old guard here, this old feminist. Of course, you know she's a feminist, but she's old. And she doesn't like the fact that radical, rabid, young women like this have went so crazy with feminism, and they're just destroying all the good stuff women have gotten, all the privileges and superior position in society over men, and she's just like, come on, right? So everything's relative, right? It's just whatever. If I deem it's appropriate, it's okay. That's what she just said. I should be able to wear whatever I deem appropriate.
Okay,
Some people are going to get offended by it,
Of course, I understand that. But there will be people who is offended by any outfit choice that you possibly decide to make.
Wait. I love it. Woo! That's great. So she's offended by the fact that they were offended. They can't get offended by your choice of outfit. But you have every right to get offended because they were offended by your choice of outfit. So their offense is less valuable than your offense. See, it's as I said. My offense is okay because I am adhering to the politically correct narrative. I am PC. I am politically correct. They are against the PC, so their offense doesn't matter. Their offense is not legitimate offense. They are not taking offense legitimately. It's great. Total lack of self-awareness, of course. It's a matter of opinion.
Because it's a matter.
Well, look at that. Look at that. Look at the furrows in that brow. Look at those frown lines. Woo! And you can see all those lines even with all that makeup she's wearing. And look at how fat she is. Holy God, she is wide as a house. And she's not pregnant, by the way. Although I'm sure she's had numerous kids. Yikes. There's no hips. It's like there's no curve in the middle. It's just like she's a giant rectangle with a head on top. Yikes. I bet they wish they could get rid of her for some eye candy, but she used to be eye candy, but not anymore, because as with most women, once they get their foot in the door and sign that contract, they turn into Jabba the Hutt. And you can't get rid of them, because if you do, well, you're going to have to give them half your shit. Or in this case, a huge settlement. We'll just keep her. Yeah, it's a matter of opinion. Of course you agree. It's a matter of opinion. Yeah, a matter of opinion. Yeah, these kind of things are a matter of opinion. Okay, sure. It's very interesting, though. It's a matter of opinion on their part, so they can't get offended, right? But it's a matter of opinion on my part in regards to what I deem appropriate, but I can get offended by their opinions. Their opinions don't matter. But my opinions matter. You see how narcissistic and self-serving this leftism is? Oh, Yvette.
Opinion.
So are you saying that you can sit naked on a plane? That's my choice. I feel perfectly fine.
No, because that's not socially acceptable.
It's fucking great. Do you see it? Do you see the nonsense here? That's not socially acceptable. Neither is what you're wearing now. Oh, no, the PC police have decided this is perfectly acceptable. So those people's opinions that it's not acceptable are unacceptable. But my opinions are acceptable. Even though it's all a matter of opinion. It's all relative, but there is such a thing as socially acceptable. Wait, what? So it's all a matter of opinion. I should be able to wear whatever I deem appropriate, yet there's such a thing as social conventions and socially acceptable behavior and dress. Wait, what? Yes, I plead relativism when it's convenient for me. When it's not, well, we actually have social conventions and socially acceptable behavior and clothes. How convenient. There is objective reality when it works in my favor, and there is an objective reality, and it's all relative when it works in my favor. Ping pong, back and forth. Oy vey. Not socially acceptable. So is she acknowledging that there is such a thing as socially acceptable behavior? And if so, it's not all just a matter of opinion, and it's not all just whatever I deem appropriate. Of course, she doesn't see the contradictions here, that she is essentially pushing objective reality here, but before she was pushing relativism. But essentially, she's talking about the exact same thing right now, doesn't even realize it. She's contradicting herself all over the place, including here.
So in the same way, anything which you can wear socially out, if you want to sit naked in your house, more than happy to do that if you want to. But anything which you can wear socially into supermarkets or shopping centres, you should be able to wear it on an aeroplane.
Right, okay, so she applies her own views of what's appropriate to what is socially acceptable. So, because I'm a collectivist, and I believe that everybody's a collective, and if I believe it and I feel it, and everybody else feels it too, except for those idiots on that plane. Who are the others, the evil others, because they disagree with me, so their opinions don't matter. And I wish that plane had crashed if I wasn't on it, because I hate those others. They deserve to die.
Okay, if an aeroplane has a rule, and all it says was inappropriate. You don't think that's inappropriate. Young people today, they don't. Yeah. They could wear hot pants.
Which would be perfectly fine.
And what would you say if a man got on without his shirt?
But that's the same way as a woman getting on without their shirt.
I told you she's a feminist. She thinks men and women are exactly the same. The fact that I have breasts and he's just got a flat nothing there, that doesn't mean anything. We're still the same. See, she's a feminist, of course, right? She thinks that, if I got on a plane with no bra, no shirt, just whatever, the nothing that she has being exposed, yeah, she thinks that's the same as a man having no shirt. Because the whole thing about feminism is women want to be able to do everything that men can do. Because when feminism was first started, women all thought that men were getting away with having lots of fun and adventure while they was stuck at home in the doldrum of their children and the clothes washing and just being bored to death while he's out there experiencing life. I want to be able to do everything a man can do.
You are without your shirt with a bra.
She's dressed.
So in the same way,
No, Phil, that is a bra. That is not a crop top. A crop top is quite different.
Look at this young girl. She's looking at this old lady like, what are you doing to me? I went on Twitter and all the other young, aggrieved, angry, bitter, blue-haired, she didn't have blue hair, but she might as well, feminists, all the blue-haired feminists on Twitter, and purple-haired, and pink-haired, came to my defense. But you're supposed to come to my defense too. You're a Wayman with a vagina. What are you doing to me? I'm used to the unquestioning support and loyalty of the sisterhood. You're supposed to support me, Grandma.
That is a bra.
Telling the truth. That is a bra. I don't care what you call it. See, this is a lack of ability to think critically and use logic, okay? All right, a bra is a bra is a bra, okay? Law of identity, a thing is what it is. It doesn't become something else just because you call it something else. This is a bra. 2019, this is not a bra, it's a top. It's a bra. It did not become a bra. You saying it's not a bra doesn't mean it's not a bra. I just love the relativism and how it seeps into everything. Yet, at the same time, she's claiming the existence of objective reality and objective societal standards. It's great. It's great. So what do you think? Was this girl out of line? Wearing a bra on a plane? Should this activist in training have gotten up? Because, you know, everything is an opportunity to push their narrative and try to propagandize and indoctrinate people. Do you think that this activist should have gotten up and everyone on the plane and asked their opinion? Because obviously she thinks that some kind of social consensus makes her right. If everybody has no problem with it, then it's okay. I just chopped this guy's head off. Do you all think that was okay? I love it. I love it. So if nobody on the plane had a problem, then it's okay. It's great, of course, right? Because morality is all relative until it's not, meaning until it's inconvenient for me for it to be relative. Then I'll become objective and say there's actual standards that exist in objective reality and there's rules and they exist for a reason. Yeah, okay. All right. So if you like my content, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out all the interesting links in the details, including my Patreon, as you might want to donate to my channel. Also, I have a second channel that I post philosophical content and my once a day, Monday to Friday, live call-in show, baby. That's right, I have a live call-in show, 9 to 10 a.m. New York City time, every day, Monday to Friday. You can call in using Skype, using your phone. It's a U.S. number. It's 100% located in the United States. If you have a decent calling plan on your cell phone, generally speaking, you can call anywhere in the United States for free, or you can use Skype, call in, chat with me, and also consider following me on SoundCloud. I have a podcast there as well. Again, all the links are in the description. And that's it. I am the Realist Philosopher. This is the Realist Den, and I wish you all a good day. Take care.